A good amount of the X30 drivers will post them up on screen. And so one thing will go around the room tonight for what everyone can remember back on the races that have happened so far this year is kind of give a rating system out of 10 and a little bit of a reason why. Of all the guys that we've got rookies on the list. We've got some of the veterans that were having high expectations coming into the year. So first of all, what about this guy here, Marijn Kremers? First full season in the States for him. He finally gets his first North American win, but it was in shifter. And then if you go back at the races where he started back in February, every time it's rained, he's gone to the front. I think he's been pretty solid otherwise. I mean, let's go around here. Ranking out of 10. Let's start with you, Brandon.
I think he's right around where I thought he'd be. Definitely a rain master. I'll give him that. Has the whole field covered in the rain by far. In the dry, he's like right there on the cusp of winning, kind of right at the bottom of the podium. I'd say I'd give him maybe like a 7 to 8 out of 10. Just need that little bit more to get to the top step.
What about you, Smiles? You've watched a good bit of the racing this year. What are your thoughts on Marijn so far?
Same thing. In the rain, fantastic. Rest of the time, kind of where I thought he would be. Nola didn't really show him very well in X30. I don't think that's going to drop him a little bit for me. I think probably 5 or 6, roughly around there.
Race, what about you, man? You got a little grin going on. What are you thinking?
I mean, I honestly, I thought he was going to be a little better in single speed stuff. I mean, he's a beast in shifter stuff. He's proven that many times. I thought he'd be a little bit further up right off the bat. I mean, I get it though. The X30 thing, you got to take seriously for sure. All those guys have their stuff pretty dialed in. So looks like the package is getting better to me. I mean, obviously he was probably getting back used to the single speed stuff. So I don't know. I give him the package and the program is the 6 or a 7 right now.
Yeah, I'll probably give him a 6 or a 7. I feel like he's driving really well. He always seems to be struggling with. But yeah, it's any time it rains or when he got put in the shifter, he drove it straight to the front. So I think once they get that figured out, he'll be able to drive it to the front.
I mean, he's always kind of right there, and whatever he drives, shifter obviously he's got the field covered. But I mean, he's pretty consistently in the top 7 in X30. So I'd say he's definitely one of the better drivers. Definitely give him like an 8.5 or a 9.
Here's the man, Ryan Norberg. Out of this year so far, where would you rate him performance-wise, what you expect out of him, how he's done? He obviously swept at Orlando. He got 1 win in NOLA. The other day, not so much. Driving through the field, though, to get there. And, that was obviously a lot about last week. So let's go, guys. Norberg's year so far. Austin.
He's where he should be. That's where we've seen him for the last 4 or 5 years. And I'd say probably 9 or 10 because right where he's expected to be and where he should be at.
Yeah. I mean, the dude's one of the best for a reason, and he's proven that time and time again. So he's always up front. And, actually, I've always kind of liked watching Ryan race, but I really liked watching Nola coming from the back. So I think he's at a solid 9.8.
I'll give him a 9 out of 10. Obviously really good in the dry, one of the best in the dry, but his wet weather performance definitely needs improvement a little bit to get with Kremers. But in the dry, I mean, he's one of the hardest to beat for sure. So I give him a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, he's a good driver. I mean, I've raced against him a lot. He's been up front on every chassis he's driven, every engine he's been on, but definitely is helped out by RPG's kind of dominance in the recent times. But yeah, no, I mean, he's a good driver. I'd say he's actually probably driving better than he did last couple of years. Right now, he's really in form, so I'd definitely give him like a 9.5.
Yeah, I think he's always a contender, and you never really catch him outside the top 5. So you got to give him a 9.5 or a 10 even.
How about this kid here? How about one of the top rookies we've had coming into the year with Fletch? Tony, how you think Fletch has done so far this year? Rookie season for the kid.
I mean, the kid. Look, Scary Gary's my boy, so Scary Gary's leading the helm on that deal. So whatever he's doing, it's working because the kid's fast. He's actually surprised me a bit more than what I thought he was going to do. Really, rookie season, dude. He's done fantastic. I mean, it's hard to not give him, a 9. To be honest,
I'm going to agree with Tony. I think, he's over-exceeded his expectations moving up to senior for sure. I've gotten a race with him, and he's super quick, dude. The kid's stellar. I have nothing but.
He's like Flipper Jr.
Yeah, he actually kind of,
I won more races.
And they're both, they're both
one more race.
Okay.
He's got better racecraft than
Skinny little
Village,
ginger
though.
kids.
I mean, I think he's shown, exactly what you kind of expect out of a rookie. He's got, he's not quick every single weekend, but he definitely has his moments of brilliance. I think his race at NOLA was very impressive. That last lap pass was very nice. I think he's very aggressive. I think sometimes he needs some refinement. Sometimes he's a little bit too aggressive, but the pace is there. He's coming from Gary. I think he's got. He's definitely like I said, I was really impressed with his last lap battle at NOLA. So rate him highly, but obviously he definitely needs to get some more consistency. So you put him at like an 8.5.
I'd say an 8 out of 10. like Braden said, that I think the whole race on Saturday at NOLA was very impressive. He definitely didn't seem to quite have the pace to be up there with those guys, but he kept the cart up there and battled for the win the whole time. So that was very impressive. I think there's been some other races like at Orlando. I definitely expected a little more out of him being home track. Right along the lines Braden said, just more consistency of being fast, but I think he's doing really good for his first year in senior.
Oh, here we go. All right, perfect. Tony, here's your boy right here.
I like that.
Well, Cam Van, what do you think, man? I think the kid's done really good to start this year, man.
That kid's got a lot of heart, man. He drives the wheels off of it 110% all the time, even when you ask him to do it 90%. I'm gonna give that one. I'll give him a 9.3.
Oh, we're getting technical here with this one here.
Because that 0.7's got to come when he stops beating up the front tires. But yeah. It's coming.
I'm going to go with an 8 because he beats up the front tires too much for sure. That CRG is not very happy with how he's driving it. We need to get him to relieve a little bit, not do 110%. We can get him to go at 60%. I think we'd be way faster.
Fuck, we'd do 60%. He's on pole.
Exactly.
Every race.
Yeah, I think he's doing amazing. I mean, he took a little step back from karting to do some car stuff for a little bit, some roundy round stuff back east. But coming back with a full season right now, at the beginning of the year, the kid's been stellar on a relatively, I would say, unproven go-kart by anybody else. So he's out there proving something different, and I think he's
my favorite part.
Yeah, I mean, he's earned his spot up front for sure, and
Tony's proud of that.
Oh, you have no idea.
I love watching it too. I mean, it gets a little boring watching 4, 5, 6 OTKs just race around each other. It's cool somebody's throwing something different in the mix. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, for sure, 8.8. Because if he could not chew up the front tires, he'd be doing great.
I like the way the team goes. Yeah.
I think Cameron's done a really good job, especially considering he's rookie. I think honestly he's probably been more consistent, or at least more consistently close to the front than Fletcher has. Obviously, Fletcher has a couple wins there, but no, I think he's done a good job. I used to work with him. I used to coach him, so I've seen what he's like when I was working with him, and I always think he's always smart, he's aggressive, he's a really good driver. So I hear he chews up the front tires, I guess. So Cameron, stop doing that.
He just drives on the nose of that.
Always.
I actually, we should all write a letter to MG because they obviously built a better tire than we all thought they did, because I never thought they would last that long.
I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10. He's doing really good for his rookie season. Kind of like Braden said, he's one of the more consistent rookies up front. And like everyone else said, he's on a CRG, which no one else in the field really is on.
Not yet.
He's taking something. I really like that he's taking something that no one runs and relatively running up front with it. But I got to take that -1 for beating up front tires.
The interesting thing about what he's done, he did not race the first round of Homestead. Yep. We literally did like a week of practice, and then he showed up, and then it was bang, 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 5 in a row. He didn't start last year like all the, like some of the other ones did. I mean, he literally sat out all of January into February, and then said, all right, well, now we're going to race.
I'll give him a 9. I mean, he's always been quick. He got a pole earlier this year, Homestead. I think he was purple for half the race on Sunday at NOLA. But yeah, he's got the speed, more consistency, and someone's told me that he always chews up the front tires. So if he could work on that, I think he'll be able to run up the front consistently.